What's up, musicians of the internet? Thank you for tuning in, and thank you so much for your continued support of my Ableton template project. It is an honor to create the templates that allow so many of you to crush dance floors, mixtapes, and festivals worldwide. I really appreciate being a part of you living your dreams, and I really appreciate you guys giving it back to me in terms of your support and your suggestions. I've tried to take as many of your suggestions to heart when I was recreating the APC template for 2014, and I think you're really going to like the results. The main theme that I was getting from you guys when you were giving me feedback was that you love the 4-channel audio-based backbone of the template, but also wanted the ability to plug in a microphone or a synthesizer or a second MIDI controller or a rap group or a guitar player or whatever. So I've recreated the template from not just the DJ template, but it's now a full-featured hub that provides a streamlined and robust backbone for any kind of live electronic performance, whether you're a rap group or a band with a producer or a vocalist or even just one person out there doing a sound-on-sound loop performance. This template is going to solve all of the problems that are in the way of you getting up on stage and doing your thing to the best of your abilities. So thanks again for taking the time to check this out. Let's crack it open and see what's inside.
All right, what's up everybody? Welcome inside the new APC template. I'm going to show you guys some of the new features now and explain some of the thinking behind them. If you want to see me perform using all these new features, you can check out the performance template video in the description. And if you want to learn about the features of the 4-channel mixing template that this template was based on, you can check out the original template video. So there are two main categories here. There's the additions and the improvements. So I want to cover some of the additions first. Probably the addition that a lot of people are very excited about would be the microphone with the live looping. So the microphone here, as you can see, is coming in the sample output channel on the left side, right? And that is very convenient because it allows you to use all of the effects from the original template on the microphone. So you can add delays, and you can add beat repeats and cuts, and you can scratch it and stuff with the new effects and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So you have these mic effects like the looper, and there's some straightforward mixing happening. But then also you can run it through the effects from the APC template that you know and love. So the looping is all accomplished with the scene launch buttons here. It's really a lot of fun. So you can see I have a loop in the looper. I'm going to clear it with the third one down because they're basically arranged how you would expect. So I'm going to hit clear. So the first one here up at the top, that is the pedal, the transport pedal for the looper. The second one down is undo in case you record something you don't want, or if you want to record a chorus and then go back to the verse, then you can hit undo and then press undo again when you want to go back to the chorus. Very useful technique. The third one down is clear, and that deletes the whole loop. And then you have half and double here on the next two buttons, and that's useful if you want to take a short drum loop and then loop another phrase over top of it. And then the halftime is good if you want to grind things out at the end of a performance. It can be pretty cool. Then at the bottom here, this master one, that arms the mic. That'll turn that off and on. And then this stop all clips button here, that's going to switch between a chorus kind of mix on the mic and a verse mix. And I'll just show you what they sound like now. So here's the verse mix. It's a bit more straight up, a bit more in your face, and a bit more intense, you know, for delivering a verse content. And then when you come into the chorus, it gets a little bit more three-dimensional and a little sexier, but they're designed to be very, very subtle. I don't want to cramp anyone's style here. I just want to apply a kind of rudimentary channel strip and mixing job to their vocal, whether they're doing a verse or a chorus. So that's the stop all clips button there that will get you in and out of that. All right, so some other exciting new features are the instrument channel here. And you can put any MIDI instrument on this you like, but I've chosen to put a sound pack on here, and it's the expanded sound pack from my collection of sound packs available on the website. And this is basically designed to give you the ability to play a whole song using just 16 samples. So there's beats, and then there's little melody pieces, and there's vocal samples and risers and all kinds of stuff. And if you practice a routine with it, you can play a whole song. And again, if you want to see one of my routines, you can check out the other performance video. But you could put a synth here. You could load in whatever your favorite MIDI controller is, and put your favorite patch from your new song or whatever. This is really just a demo, but it'll give you some quick plug and play fun to have a dig through that. And then you can see this one has like a mastering chain, the looper, etc. And then all of the effects from the other channels on the APC, ending with the filter controlled here. And that filter is on the microphone as well. It's on the microphone, the supplemental channels, and that instrument channel. So the looper here is going to work with the detail view buttons and MIDI overdub and everything. And I put those on this row because it has access to the metronome. And the metronome is really, really important when you're doing, say, finger drumming or beatboxing, and you want to make sure that all of your loop points are really, really crisp. And if you use some of the beat repeats or whatever, that they'll all come in time. So that metronome becomes really useful when you're doing live looping of an instrument. So I've put those the transport pedal and undo and clear down at that bottom row of buttons. And then the halftime and double time buttons are shared with the other channel with those scene launch buttons, because I think that probably makes sense. So then that's the instrument channel. And again, you can hit the delay and over here in this row and check out, send the instrument channel onto the delay there. Hey, woo, hey, delays. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Those are the main two performance channels. And if you, between the looping and the effects and the delays, you can pretty much seamlessly transfer between finger drumming or a microphone performance and your mastered audio backbone of the set coming out the DJ channels. All right, so the DJ channels, they get some pretty fun and exciting new features as well. Probably the main ones that people are going to be the most excited about are the new scratcher and the shuffler. So I'm going to show you how those work. So now I'm just going to turn up, this is just one of my tracks. It's called Follow Me. It's got like a pretty simple, it's got like a simple beginning we can use here. I'm just going to turn down the mic channel so the mix is going to change, and we're just going to go into a different, more raw mic here. There we go. So this track, Follow Me, has a very kind of simple beginning section that will be good for illustrating some of these effects. So the first thing, a lot of people had, they found that the old punch-ins at the bottom took too much practice to be able to do the stops and reverses and slowdowns, and that Super Trigger, the plugin we use, is a bit temperamental. So I decided to just rebuild that system with only the native Ableton plugins, allowing you to run the 64-bit version of Live, which is really, really nice. It's nice and fast, and there's more RAM. And then also to be quantized. So this bottom here, the record arm button, that's a gate. And then these two are two scratchers, and those are attached to these dummy clips here that will basically use the delays to kind of scrub and pitch around the sound dynamically, like a record being scratched. And then this B parameter here that you know from the beat repeats, that can then be used to control some of these scratches. So here, let's just see what they sound like first. So you can see how those two other buttons, they're doing like a rhythmic kind of modulation of the audio that sounds almost like scratching. Well, like scratching, it takes a bit of practice and a little bit of gating to get it to sound tight. Those are to be used in combination with the record arm at the bottom that will allow you to make some scratches. So let's hear what some scratches sound like. So you can see here how you can kind of play them together and make scratches with them. So another really kind of cool thing that you can do with this is to make a spin back, because this B parameter attaches not only to the gate but to the scratches, and it'll allow you to radically pitch shift the record as it comes through. So let's play again, and then I'll show you what happens when you use the B parameter with the scratchers. Oh, it's a spin back. So if you use that in combination with the delay, it sounds really cool. Check it out. And then you can fade it out when you end a mix. So that's a really, really useful effect if you want to do rewinds, or if you want to end a mix dramatically or whatever. That becomes a lot of fun. And really, when you play these three together, you can get cool sounds out of them with one hand, but really when the real magic comes when you bring in the other hand on the master. So that's a scratcher. So now the effect that I think is probably even cooler than that is this shuffler effect that I made. And it kind of works like a lot of slicers in different plugins, or like in Serato, where you can rhythmically rearrange a bar of music while it's playing. So if you would like to, for example, have like more snare drums or make a beat half time or double time, you can do that by punching the right sequences of buttons. So here, check this shit out. Right, each one of these on the VU meter is 1/8 note back in time. So if you press and hold that top one, it will play the track 1/8 note later. And you can chase a beat down the VU meter or rearrange it however you like. So check it out. Let's see it in action. Right, so you can kind of see what that's doing, how it's following it back in time. Well, the magic ones to grab are the 4th one down and the 8th one down. Each one of those is a little bit, it's like an even interval back in time. So it's really easy to do by instinct. And you can catch your scratches and beat repeats and stuff with the shuffler. So check that out. Etc., etc., etc. So you can practice patterns and then catch the scratches and make them loop and repeat and stuff as you juggle the beat. It's really, really fun, and with a bit of practice, you can do some really cool stuff. So yeah, that feature is really a good time as well. Another effect that I added is I realized that the stop button just like was really underutilized in my last template when I was programming some of the buttons. So I added this like stop and grind effect, and that's also using the B parameter here. So when master's down at the bottom, it creates a sudden stop, and then when you bring the master back up, it grinds the audio and pitches it around, and it's a lot of fun. So here, check it out. And then when you want to bring it back up, now when you come down from the top, it's another effect too. You can make different slowing down kind of things from the top, and then if you tag it and then tap the crossfader in, it sounds really cool. Check it out. Lots of fun to be had there. So that's that effect. All right, so another very common feature request that people had was to have clip-based looping, because not everybody is as meticulous with their track preparation, and some people want to be able to take a loop on the fly, just wherever you like. So to accomplish that, we needed 3 buttons, and I figured that the clip/track button next to device on, off, etc. would be the best, because it's got clip in the name and seemed to make sense. So the first one will start the loop, the second one will end the loop, and the third one will get rid of the loop. So let's see how that, oh yeah, and then this last one here is follow, and I chose that because it's got the same little arrow icon as the follow. So here, let's just play it, and we'll do some clip-based looping. Starting it, looping, and now half length, and then get rid of it. Great. So yeah, you can use that to call up a loop wherever. And if you ever want to like look at the track that's playing, so here I'll look at this other wave here. If you ever want to call up the track that's playing, it's the second one up on each VU meter. So take it. And hey, I'm looking at it. Right, very, very straightforward, very easy to use. So yeah, that's the majority of the feature set. But I think that you know, if you just have a fiddle around, you'll find that the layout of everything is fairly intuitive, and all of the effects make sense. Please, you know, get back to me if you have any additional feature suggestions for another version of the template down the line. But yeah, I think this one will definitely get us through 2014 and some of 2015 until Ableton 10 comes and surprises us with all kinds of wacky new features. I think we should all be good. So please, you know, take this template and go forth to stages and sound systems around the world and continue to make me proud. I love you guys. Thanks again for your support. Peace out.